Hello ladies. In this video I will discuss how to properly route a transmission cooler. If you're anything like me, you like to have nice, tough, rugged trannies. Yes, I said it. So you might probably have a higher stall converter too. If you're going to track or whatever have you. Anything over stock stalls on your stock stall on your converter, I would recommend to put a transmission cooler because it runs hotter. It generates more heat. And as we all know, transmission heat is the number one destroyer of transmissions. Now, another way of cooling down your tranny, since we're talking about this, is to have a deeper oil pan with those fins on them, which acts like a little mini radiator as you're rolling down the street, with more deeper pan also, which is like 2 or 3 quarts extra depending on the pan. So that's another way to cool it down. Also, you would want one of these if you're converting from manual transmission, which doesn't have the cooling lines on your radiator, to automatic. So you would also route one in one of those scenarios also. Okay. As you can see down there, that is my return line under this hard line. So you have, for those of you who don't know, there's 2 lines going from the transmission into your radiator that actually uses there's like little radiator in here inside your actual radiator to actually cool down your transmission fluid. Then it's sent back into your transmission. And what you want to do is, to make it the most efficient way of doing this, you would want to cut your return line and splice in your, like what I did here. I cut the hard pipe with the pipe cutter, and I just pushed down the hose with the hose clamp. Or you could put a compression fitting on the actual hard pipe, and put like a barb fitting on that then slide over your hose with the hose clamp. Now, I did this about 8 to 10 years ago. I never had an issue with this ever leaking or anything like that. So you could do this. Just cut it and put the hose on. I'm talking from experience here, ladies. Yeah, your return. So what you do is you cut that line, you put the transmission cooler on it, then the other line coming from the transmission cooler, you go back into the line into the radiator down here where the return is. Okay. You just cut that one too. Just cut like a section off that so you could route it in and out. Now, the best way to do this, like I was saying before, is to route it on your return line, because say your transmission is running at 200 degrees and your engine's running at 180. You don't want it to go straight into your transmission cooler, your external, your extra one, because if that's by itself. Remember now, this actual radiator of the car is going to be at 180 all the time, because that's what your thermostat is, or whatever it is, the case is. So you don't want to go from, purpose of this demonstration, let's say that transmission cooler is running at 160 degrees. So you have a transmission at 200, engine, radiator at 180, and transmission cooler at 160. You don't want to go from 200 straight into your cooler, your extra cooler, at 160 and drop a couple degrees, then go back up to 180 on your radiator here, your car engine radiator. That's not the most efficient way of doing that. What you want to do is you want to go from 200 degrees from your transmission into the radiator at 180, so you drop 10 degrees, let's say, for example, then back into your, not back into, but then go into your, on your return side, go into your actual extra, sorry, I'm having a senior moment. Yes, the clown has those too. Then go into your remote mount cooler at 160 and drop further into the 10 degrees. Then go back into your transmission. So I hope you understood that, and that's the proper way to do that. Now let me go underneath and show you how it looks from underneath. Bear with me there for a second, sorry. Dying. Alright. Alright. That's where I mounted mine. Alright. The transmission cooler. You get those little paddy thingies. They look like zip ties. You just run it through the fins. They come with all the. You don't have to get that separate. It comes with the transmission cooler. And as you can see here, the lines go straight into the cooler with hose clamps. Same thing here. Okay. One other thing to note is you see these transmission lines that go to it. Sometimes they go around jagged edges of the frame. So what you want to do is, what I did here was I took a pipe, not a pipe, a hose. I cut it, sliced it down the middle, then I put it on that jagged edge. So the hoses don't rest on that jagged edge and create like a saw when you're driving, and all your transmission fluid comes out, and there goes your $2,000 tranny. We don't want that. That would be bad and not too good for your wallet. Also, you can also cut the actual hose and put it on top of these hoses and zip tie them on. I also do that trick. You can also mount this, sorry, one more thing. You can also mount this on inside your fender well, for example, if you don't have any room in the front. And they sell fans for these that you could mount on it if you don't have any airflow going through it. That's a nice trick way to hide it. And I think that's all I have for this one. If you have any questions, feel free to post underneath and I will get to you promptly. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. It's free to subscribe. And have a nice day. Take care. Bye-bye.